Greetings, gentlemen. What if I told you that when it comes to the problem of women, that there really isn't actually a problem if you think about it? This is OTR Ogre and Corgi, and it's going to be a little MGTOW philosophical situation. Like, link, and subscribe, comment if you so choose. Let's get into this. Look, gentlemen, I know it's a wild concept to say there isn't a problem with women, because obviously there's a lot of issues with women these days. But there's only an issue with the negotiation if you choose to negotiate with these people. It's that fucking simple. Stop negotiating with people who treat you like shit. If you want to be treated with more respect, but you keep on going to the people that treat you like garbage, what do you expect to happen? And this is kind of like what you've seen the example with the sports ball lately, with the NFL and the NBA, where for a long time people loved watching the games, but then things just got a little too fucking political and a little too preachy. And then one day, a lot of people started deciding, hey, you know what? I don't want to watch this crap. I went to this to get away from that. Like, you know what? Guys went out and worked and built the world and did all these things, basically, so they could, get women, feed their families and everything, and they don't want to come home to listen to a woman nag and bitch at them. There's an old saying that one of my friend's grandmothers said, the secret to a happy marriage is really simple, because she said women really fucked it up with feminism. She literally told us that. She said, all you had to do back in the day, and still to this day, if you really think about it, is keep a man well-fed and happy in bed, and don't build drama into his head. Literally saying, when he gets home, just make sure he's feeling okay. You don't need to kiss his ass as much as just don't make his life harder than it has to be. And that's the thing about it. A lot of you guys are willing to settle for these women. Like, everything's the baseline. Everything's the day we deal with. It's not the past. It's not the 1950s. It's not the future we dream of. It's not the dystopia that we fear is coming. It's what we're dealing with at the day and what we're willing to tolerate in the day-to-day reaction of life. If you're willing to tolerate essentially being treated kind of like crap, then you're going to get crap. That's it. That's all there is to it. So what happens when you decide, hey, wait a minute, much like with the sports ball that doesn't seem to be as much about sports ball anymore, you decide, I'm not going to deal with this. Well, what happens to that problem? Well, the problem, they're like, well, the problem's still over there. No, it's over there with them. They have the problem. You walked away from their issues. Just like, like if you don't like fat, feminist, tatted up land whales, and the same thing with women. If you don't like misogynist pigs, don't associate with them. Boom. Like, well, what about people I work with? Well, sometimes you're just gonna, at work, you just deal with a few stupid things here and there, but you just keep quiet, do what you have to do, go in, make your money, and get the fuck out. Maybe build your own business so you don't have to deal with anybody's shit, other than the tax man occasionally, but you do what you got to do, and you figure out ways to claim things. But seriously, it all stops the day that you stop deciding to put up with it. This is why I tell people, it's at the beginning you may be a victim to some degree, but eventually it is your fault. Is when you see the fucking shitty behavior and you decide to do nothing about it. And you can't change them, but you can decide what you're going to tolerate in your own life. It's like, I think Tom Likas said something similar to that, where basically, no, I'll let you do whatever you want, but these are my standards, and if you don't meet my standards, then you're not going to be with me. And that's the way you should really treat your life. Like, if you expect a certain level of something and other people aren't meeting it, be willing to walk alone. Realize that there's an entire vault of reality that you could be living, enjoying, and indulging in if you simply just went out and decided to go out and make it happen. Instead, you take the best time, years, money, everything that you are, and you piss it away subserviently to people, organizations, and things that frankly tell you on a regular basis that they don't give a shit about you. This is why I have a lot of respect for the guys like Raging Golden Eagle and other people in Comicsgate and, basically people that are making their own God. They decided they want to make the things that they love doing. They decided they're not willing to settle for what other people bring to them. Instead of just tolerating the rest of society, feebly walking along like they're weak, they stood up and just said, no, I'm doing my own thing. And guess what? All the crap, there's still going to be people, haters out there and all that shit, but you realize how much power they have. Generally, it's just them talking shit. And when you stop giving a shit, bada bing, bada boom. Life gets that much better. The problems cease to exist when you stop associating with the problems. And I've said enough for now. And brothers, just go out and find yourself. First, you must self-actuate, and then learn to become self-complete. A totally self-functioning unit. Once you've done these sort of things, you realize the problem doesn't exist. There is no spoon. Anyways, take it easy. Like, link, and subscribe. Comment if you so choose. This is OTR Ogre. I'm out.